Welcome to the Big Biz Show. Taking care of business. You want fast-talking, hard-hitting discussions on business and finance? Maybe with a barroom slant and some really salty peanuts? We're not counting calories. We're counting cash. Before we get to the man with the financial plan, meet the money team. Costa, Mary, and Greg. Now, Captain Finance himself, Sully.
Who doesn't think about my tights and my boots when I talk about Captain Finance? 129 million TV homes strong. Welcome to Big Biz Show. BizTV, American Life Network, Bloomberg, and American Forces Radio Network in 175 countries and all the cities you see. Does this mic make me look fat?
Not at all.
Your face does. Great to have you along. It's not casual Monday. It's I slept in my car Sunday.
Always a good day.
Mike Costa, Mary Burke, John. See the look I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mary.
I don't have this.
RPF.
I don't know. I'm just waiting to hear what's next. I'm just interested. Maybe I'm nervous.
When you're okay. First of all, you don't get nervous. You've been with me for the better part of. Seems like
a week.
No.
I started yesterday.
Mary's been with us. Mary's been with you. How long have you been with me? 8 years? 5 years?
5 years.
Yeah, it seems like 10 minutes. Underwater. No, she's my right hand. She's like, I love her. Like, she's employed forever. I love her kids. She's a little lippy, and she's got a mouth, and she likes to run it.
I do. True story. True story.
But when you tell a story, it's like,
RPF.
What's RPF?
Resting poo face.
Resting poo face.
Yeah, it's like somebody has poo on their shoe.
What's resting Funyun's face look like? Oh, there it is. If you were at a pub table at a bar,
Yeah.
with a bunch of your,
Is this before getting sober or now?
I'm thinking on the relapse.
There's two different Marys we got.
I'm thinking like now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's say we got the kids in college.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say
This is when the face comes because I'm worried about what's going to.
Look at your eyebrows. Could not be higher. Freaking, like they're in freaking Antarctica.
I'm nervous about what.
I'm just
Even
asking
Nancy
you.
Pelosi
Hey,
says they're
I'm
high.
asking. Too soon? They're high because of the mortician. Can I ask, like, what? Because the question's going to be always, what's it going to take?
What's what going to take?
Well, just to get your attention, like, if you're not to go like, no. Like, what's
To a guy? To a man?
Whoa.
Like the
Hey, okay,
Family show.
You brought it there.
Oh, wow. I mean,
Little uncomfortable.
that's what you were
Because
asking.
I think you're a catch.
Thank you.
Deadliest catch, but I think you're.
It's true.
So when your girls are lovely, you're
Yes.
part of the family. You're safe as kittens here, but
Yes.
but it's just they're just like. When I hear this,
Oh, yeah.
when you just breathe out of your nose for like 17 minutes,
Yeah.
and the eyebrows are like in Antarctica.
You don't have a poker face.
I do.
What is going on with you, you're going to see it right there.
So she like pulls the cards and goes, "Oh my God, this is shitty."
Yeah, I do. 100%.
Are 4 aces good?
All right.
Yeah.
I'm like, so excited. Yeah.
It's just a
I guess
pet.
just get, that's.
Okay,
the face
here's a
I'm
final question.
fearful.
Final question.
Yeah.
Will you meet your man
Yes.
at a pub table in some classy bar with ferns and oak and brass, or will you meet your man on the mosh pit at the ABBA show that allows you to sing along
At
with
the
the
at
music?
Broadway rave?
Yeah. It's like, join
Probably
us,
neither.
feel the fire. Is that the guy?
Probably neither. No, I don't know. It's
like,
gonna
what?
be. It's gonna have to be a somebody.
Singular sensation. Like he's like, wow. Is that
Well,
the
I'm hoping
guy?
that this
Joel
human,
Gray.
whoever he is out there, Joel Gray. Yes.
Who's basically a chihuahua. Like who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
It's gonna have to be someone that appreciates that
Is it-
side of me.
Well,
and
Mike
will attend
Costa
the
appreciates
shows.
that. Would it be like a John Goodman type, or would it be like more of a Hugh Jackman type?
Why does he
Not
point
Hugh
at me and
Jackman
say
type.
John Goodman?
I know. That's
Because you like cream corn and Roseanne.
It's gonna have to be a David Letterman type. That's my type.
Hey, sorry, Howie. Thanks for hanging on.
Wow, that's
Howie.
incredible news.
Always
Hal.
great having you, Hal.
Howie Pond from New York. Getting back with us in just 1 second. I'll say Larry Jasinski with LFWD and Mary's Dream Date, Jack Black on the program in a second. Big Biz Show.
You have a referral for me, Howie?
Me and my aunt are going to go to Vegas for the weekend.
You got
Great
me?
stuff as always, Howie. Thanks, buddy.
We're going to the home.
Welcome to the Big Biz Show. Taking care of business. You want fast-talking, hard-hitting discussions on business and finance? Maybe with a barroom slant and some really salty peanuts? We're not counting calories. We're counting cash before we get to the man with the financial plan. Meet the money team. Costa, Mary, and Greg. Now Captain Finance himself, Sully.
Do your job, goddammit!
It is a Big Biz Show from the Loft 100 Studios.
Here's everyone. I was aghast. I was set aback. Can we maybe not take the video of when I was doing Rosebud in the Orson Welles remake? Maybe we could take the one I was boxing for a couple of months. No, let's do the side shots of Sully. Perfect. Well done.
Well, you got me.
I made the opening though, so that's all I know. Thank you, team.
They kept the
finally in there.
They kept the Costa sausage casing first.
I love that.
Coming out of the dressing room.
I love when you walk into a clothing store and you say, "Hey, does this come in medium?" When's the last time? I'm calling third grade. Last time you were medium. Not medium rare. Don't get confused.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that's why I was stumped.
So I want to bring up some personal business in the program here.
I didn't do it.
No. This is like I just need your advice because none of our spouses or significant others watch the show. Okay, Mary's mom watches the show.
Although you're neighbors with mine.
Oh wow! Hey now. Hey,
Sorry,
so your
go ahead.
neighbor sent me a text late last night.
Is your neighbor?
It's 2 words. It's just 2 words, Greg. You up? So I missed a phone call. I missed a phone call yesterday afternoon. Okay, we have a great meeting with the staff. Me and Jared Coleman is our technical director. He runs the program. He's a partner of mine in the business.
Right.
He's a great American story. He answered a Craigslist ad at some point because I wanted a roadie on stage when we were first starting out.
Sure.
I said $50 and all you can drink. 1 week later, he says, "It's not. I want $100." I go, he goes, "Yeah, but it's me." And I thought, you know what? Good for you.
Got swagger.
And now he honestly, great American story. He comes up, and he runs the studio, and he runs. I mean, he's Emmy award-winning. I'm so proud of him. Yesterday, Jared, of course, is married, has a newborn named Paisley, which is basically a drunken midget that he carries on the front of his.
Yep.
It's a pooping machine.
A lot of hair.
So I get a call from a number, and it says Melody Coleman. It's Jared's wife.
Uh-oh.
Of course, I don't take the call. Okay. What am I like? What is it like? I'm thinking, hey, I got to talk to you about. Hey, I want to talk to you about my husband, Jared. Now Melody has got the. She's smart. She's industrious. She's successful. But she doesn't have the personality of, hey, you know what? I want to get mine. She's not like that. She's like something. Oh my God! I missed 2 calls. Sweet mother of ass.
Yep.
Call her back. She goes, hey, I don't want to over ask. I know we've taken a couple days off for pre-T time for summertime, but next week is Jared's birthday. I go, it's the 18th. Well, we have an opportunity for a free room at Harrah's in Barstow.
My favorite.
I'm going to say you're going to save the $25, and I want to take Garrett to the casino for the weekend. All I can think of is, as a man, if your wife said, it was my idea to take you gambling for your birthday, nothing else matters.
Yep.
This is the greatest thing. Like, I don't care. So I said, wait a second. If we're going to do this, I'm going to send you to Vegas. Okay?
Absolutely.
I go, you taking the baby? Well, we haven't left the baby alone. I go, okay. Then let's work on that because you need to go to Vegas, baby.
Yeah.
I go, all Jared's gonna care about is it was my wife's idea to take me gambling in Vegas for my birthday. I swear, that's
exactly.
that's where it ends, right?
Yep.
Sure.
Like, what bad? Like, I get to go ride Formula One tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes. Like for the rest of your life, you're. So here's my conundrum. Okay, and Jared's not here today. I think I should tell Jared that she called me because I want to give him the best experience? Or do I not tell it? I think I should. So, actually, Jared is here today, and I called Jared, and I said, okay, look, here's the dealio. I want to give you the best. So, Jared, come out here so we can hear your voice. Because I feel I did the right thing. I said, Jared, hey, your wife called me, bro. Then it was silent for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Just to mess with him. And he's like, you're the greatest boss I've ever had. I go, I know, because I want to make. So what? Did I do wrong?
No.
There's a lot of levels there because there's the new baby. there he is. You're like this.
It was the greatest phone call you ever got.
When do we go?
Yeah.
I go, look, I just want you to have the best experience, so I just got to tell you. Your wife called me yesterday. He's on the phone with this guy named Mike Costa for 3 days. I don't know what it's about. I had no idea what this was going to be. And she wants to give it, and she doesn't watch the show. So I made the decision to say, hey, Jared, we're in on this together. Okay?
So now we're surprising Melody.
No, we're surprising her.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
See what we did there?
Yeah.
So really, this question. So how did I do? Like, if you you seem.
I don't know. I'm torn on it because she wants to surprise him, but now
she's still going to surprise.
But also,
no, she'll still surprise him. We're not going to let in on it.
She gets credit for the surprise. You're just elevating the surprise.
No, let's just break it down to the beginning. She wanted to take him gambling for his birthday. Boom.
Right.
Like, this is not some girl that's like she's like sensible. She's like, all of the women in her life.
Right, yeah.
She's not making bad decisions. Well, okay, hey, don't eat too much bread. Your dinner's coming. Like, right?
Yeah.
How many times you said that today? So are you happy that I brought you in?
Yes.
Okay.
Is the baby going to go, or are you going to?
Yeah, the crapping machine.
Baby's coming.
The drunken.
Right, seriously?
yeah.
So here's option number 2.
Strapped in right here.
Do I send
A nanny?
an au pair,
Yes.
which is either mother or mother-in-law? It has to be.
Yes, 100%.
And I said no to both.
Oh, you did?
Well, because
one of them, and I see
I
one
don't
of
wanna
them.
so it's like, I don't want to wreck his marriage, but she's like, he'll be fine. There's another one-armed bandits in the middle of
Totally.
the baby out
Can
front.
you have the baby in the casino floor? If it's
Don't you guys
strapped
want
in?
like a couple hours? Don't you want a couple hours at all-you-can-eat Langosta bar just by yourself?
Just pump her full of
Probably.
NyQuil and just put her on the floor.
Yeah, can of
Maybe if
freaking
one of you
Pringles and
guys
crack the
would
window.
Watch her for a few days.
Yeah.
My daughters.
I say, get the mother and mother-in-law, but don't put them in a room right next to yours.
Yeah, put him in a room in Arizona.
Or that way, because the headboard hitting the wall.
Did you see realize how much texture there is to this story?
Yeah, there's a lot.
And I'm like, okay, Melly, you're putting a lot on me here.
Yeah.
She goes, maybe we should just stay local and go to Harris. I go, yeah, let's go to the swap meet and go to a hotel and you can play freaking craps in the back. I go, if we're going to do this, let's freaking do this, right?
Yeah.
So I think the discretion is the better part of valor. I think you leave the mother-in-laws out of it.
Okay.
We're sending Mike Costa, Greg Totter off there to babysit the kids.
The uncles.
I got to have a pack of
men and a baby
I got to
right
have a pack of smokes, no gas, and a Buick, and we're going to Laguna.
Jared, the baby loves Funyuns.
So you think a casino smells bad? I just want to make sure in public here that you're okay with the road I took.
Yeah,
So by the way, now it's me and Jared.
Casino is the perfect place
Now
for
it's me
a
and Jared
baby.
plotting
I was going to say.
on how we're going to play this game.
Yeah.
Where would you like to go?
Barstow actually didn't sound that bad.
But
Prim, Nevada.
Brim, Nevada.
Prim.
Prim.
What's Prim?
It's with the roller coaster.
Oh, it's like Vegas Light.
Yeah, it's Vegas Light.
Yep.
So you can bring the
Buffalo
baby.
Bills.
I think his ideal is me and Costa and Todorov in La Costa for a birthday weekend.
Right.
Mira Mesa Bowl.
I don't know why I had to bring it up because I thought
Do it.
it's taken all morning. This is what we're gonna do all morning. Hey, any spouses of the program?
Yeah.
Because I take it seriously. Hey, Sully, it's Mike Costa's wife. Oh, great.
Oh,
Exactly.
great. What do you do?
Yeah.
Because Greg's wife just called me a minute ago.
Might cut his head off.
Yeah. All right.
Type of thing.
So can we take a vote here? Do we send him to Vegas with the mother-in-laws, or do we send him to someplace local like Montage or Santa Monica just
Oh, dude.
for the three of them? Right?
Montage.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This should be good. Because, nobody says, impeccable taste like Mike Costa. I like to walk in with some Adidas sliders and my Under Armour shorts with my Pabst Blue Ribbon tank and go, where's the pool party?
It's my favorite hotel. I love the Montage.
Montage. You're talking about Montage.
Up in Laguna.
Okay, it's not Hampton Inn with the free Legos. Egos.
Montage.
Free Legos.
All right. You can.
Yep.
Don't make it leave.
Can't wait to hear
Emmy award-winning director Jared Cole.
Vegas, baby.
I feel like
Vegas, baby.
look at the air of disapproval. You always have an air of disapproval.
I do?
Can I borrow your toaster?
Always, like I'm
Yes.
like.
You can take my microwave and my toaster.
No, but look, you always like.
Yeah.
No, it's fine, perfect.
It's called resting poo face.
I need to hide my.
RPF,
Yeah.
resting poo face. You listen to a story, it's like,
There's poo in here.
I'm looking for like
Okay, bye.
Hey, I'm going to send you Ventura this weekend.
We got
Big
some
Biz Show.
Cheetos for you. and a Howdy Bitches shirt.
From Southern California, the
Yippee-ki-yay, Mike.
The Loft 100 Studios. It is the Big Biz Show. Wherever you are, wherever you're watching and listening, we appreciate you being along for the ride. Mike Costa, Maribert Godwin, Greg Todoroff, Sully.
Big Biz Show, BigBizShow.com. You know what? You two behave. Brian's on $1 million contract for the rest of his life now.
We're on
James
probation.
and Trace. You ever heard of a mouth breather?
Yeah.
Trace is like, my idea was this.
Okay.
Go on stage.
Lay it on us.
I love cracking James up because James does a lot of work on stage. Like the whole thing, like you're going to take 2 steps, you play some chords. Like, what's it? You throw some hats in the thing. No, he's got it all planned out. It's going to be great. I'm going to mess with James. I'm going to wear a hat shirt on stage. He's like, and then Trace.
Just confusion.
And then Trace, who has to start the song, is like,
Dumb.
we're like 40 seconds in, like,
Yeah, it was all bad.
I think these guys are the art project. They're not actually gonna. Anyway,
Does
great to
Devin
have.
have this on film?
Oh no, we have it all on film.
Okay, I need to see this.
Nice.
The opening's 50 seconds long. So
Love it. Perfect.
Hey, great to have you back today. So welcome. And are you? Oh, it's just me and James. Still wearing our shirts from Saturday. Christian Kanstrup is the CEO to a company called Evaxion, EVAX. We had such a great conversation with him, and what's interesting is I got a ton of email about this company.
Yep.
And it's about AI immunotechnology for cancer. And we talk a lot about the fact that using your own immune system to fight cancer, and I always feel like, hey, we're doing great, but we're only curing 8% of cancer.
Yeah.
This guy gave me a reason to live. Christian Kanstrup joins us. Christian, how are you, brother? Thanks for coming on the air with us.
I am good, and thank you so much for having me back. And a nice shirt you got there, by the way. It looks good.
Your next shareholder meeting, I think you show up on stage and we'll be there with you. And you just,
AI bitches.
Hey, can you review again about your company being a clinical stage company based on the AI immuno platform? Because that is the real tiebreaker game changer here.
No, I mean, first of all, great to be back again, and happy to tell you a little bit more about Evaxion. As you say, we are a clinical stage tech bio company, which is based upon the AI platform, AI immunology. And what we do is we work within cancer, we work within infectious diseases. And you can say, as you said, cancer is still a huge problem, right? We have 10 million deaths a year due to cancer. Despite all the advancement we have seen in cancer therapy, still so much we need to do. And what we have been doing is, during the past 15 years, we have been developing, maturing and perfecting our AI immunology platform, which we use for developing both personalized and precision cancer vaccines. And this is about activating the immune system of each individual patient to help fight the cancer. And in order to be able to do that, you need to have a platform which can select the right targets to put into this cancer vaccine, so you make sure that the immune system is activated in the right way. And of course, the whole idea of having a personalized cancer vaccine designed for the individual patient, perfectly designed against the targets of that specific cancer type the patient has, is a very novel and also quite exciting approach to help address and even further improve cancer therapy. And that's what we have set out to do. Our purpose, that is to be saving and improving lives with our AI immunology platform. So a super exciting journey, but also, of course, as we talked about, a lot to do in providing more effective cancer therapy.
Christian, what's the update on the personal vaccine candidate EVX-01?
Yeah, I mean, we are in phase 2 clinical development. We are conducting the trial in Europe. We're conducting the trial in Australia. And in the third quarter of this year, we will be presenting the 1-year clinical efficacy readout of this phase 2 trial. So super exciting, and we're looking very much forward to that. We just at ASCO in June this year presented the some initial data from the phase 2 trial showing a very strong immune response in patients. So that makes us quite excited about the 1-year readout which we're getting in the third quarter of this year.
Christian, I've got a question for you. So during the course of several years of interviewing guests, whether they be authors, actors, CEOs of public companies, we heard several years ago cannabis. Then we heard cybersecurity. So now the buzzword tends to be AI. Now, believe me, I'm not minimizing AI. I think it's a thing. But when you talk about AI technology in
Immunology.
Thank you. The bottom line, but it is a buzzword. But how can you talk specifically about the intersection of AI and curing people? Because does that mean that the outcomes that you're expecting are generated by an AI computer? Does it mean that it's being administered? Be specific about that, because I think, this could be the next gen, but by the way, next gen is very hip. It's what the kids say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But explain that for us, please.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt there's a lot of talk and possibly also a little bit of hype around AI, but I think it's super important here to understand that AI cannot stand alone. You need to have the technology, and then you need to have the biology competences, and that's exactly why we are saying we are a tech.
But how does AI work into the immunology? Like specifically, when I go as a patient, let's say, how do connect the dots for me there?
Yeah, no, I mean, let's say a patient with metastatic melanoma, i.e. skin cancer, which is the phase 2 trial we're running. You're diagnosed with metastatic melanoma. You will be having a biopsy taken. Based upon that biopsy of the tumor, then we will be DNA sequencing that. Based upon that DNA sequence, we will feed that into our AI immunology platform, which has been trained on a vast amount of both public and proprietary data in order to be able to, you can say, decode the human immune system, select the right targets. Based upon that DNA sequencing, which we are feeding into the model, it will be predicting the right targets that we need to select for designing and developing a cancer vaccine specifically towards that patient.
Christian, is this the on-ramp of what we needed to kind of get to the end goal here of treating and curing cancer, in your opinion?
I think it's definitely an important step, because here you have the opportunity of taking it one step further and developing a cancer vaccine to each individual patient. And that you can only do because of the AI platform, which helps you in a very effective and fast way to select the right target. Because, of course, when you treat cancer patients, speed is also of essence. So you do not have the luxury of spending months and months on designing a vaccine.
His name is Christian. Will you come to San Diego, please? We have to fly you into San Diego. We need you for a full hour, my friend. Christian Kanstrup.
I will be there.
You're coming.
If I get one of the shirts.
It's only like 1 in the morning where he's at.
I know. Yeah, no kidding.
Thank you so much. CEO of Evaxion, EVAX.
Amazing.
EvactionBiotech.com. AI and cure for cancer. If they could only get Mike some Funyun.
Here we go.
Without him leaving his seat. You know, they can put a man on the moon, pal. Big Biz Show. See you in a minute.
In over 175 countries, all the ships at sea on the American Forces Network. As always, you brave men and women of the United States Armed Forces for what you do, what you have done for us. It's the Big Biz Show here in Southern California. I am Costa. The lady in the middle is Marybird Godwin. Our executive producer, Greg Tatarov. And that guy right there,
Oh, now you're playing.
Sully.
2,000 people. It was such a great idea. It was such a great idea.
But did people in the audience start doing that like is something that...
Oh, no, it got weird.
Did it really?
Hey, bring it in. Don't get weird.
Yeah.
Hey, give me a hug. Come on, bring. Hey, don't get weird. Bring it in. It was.
I love it.
Come on, I love you. Hey, don't get weird. It was.
They should be playing by now.
They
What's
didn't know
wrong?
us. Like, if we could have done this like it was before, it's like, oh, it's just those guys are. So I said on the mic, hey, we're Sullivan. We started yesterday.
Great.
I got yelled at half my manager. Great to have you along. Big Biz Show. You know, I always want to deliver a seamless customer service experience.
That's
Yes,
right.
you do.
You walk on stage, you play a little, hey, Laura. I feel that act like you've been there, right?
Always.
And Mary and I have had this discussion for several years. Act like you've been there. It's like when we were playing the lobby of the Hampton Inn.
It's your lobby, man.
But I had a guy setting up my guitar. Oh, hey, excuse me, I'll be here in a minute. Okay, you act like you've been there before, and we did. It was a fantastic show. It was just that I had a great idea. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a gag. I'm gonna pull a gag on the guys.
Hijinks.
Yeah, little bit of hijinks.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Little tomfoolery shenanigans.
Thank you,
if you will.
Backfire.
Falterall.
Oh, I love it.
Yo.
What does Joe Biden call it? He calls it
Hootenanny.
hoot. Thank you. Bing bang boom. Thank you, Mrs. Buttersworth.
Hootenanny.
Referring to the anchor man. Tell me this doesn't feel like an arm. Shep Hyken. I feel bad for those people in Pompeii. Shep Hyken is the Chief Amazement Officer from Shepard Presentations. Also one of our favorite guests. I feel like we talk about the same thing over and over. What's your latest beef?
It's with restaurants in Vegas. So we were just in restaurants.
Restaurants in Vegas. There's the bar.
Yep.
There wasn't enough caramel in my caramel
there's the bar.
macchiato.
Hey, listen, I got a beef with smorgasbords. Let me just say.
Well,
Impossible.
great customer service versus not so great. And, you just, I can see them
take us through.
compared.
So restaurants in Vegas, do you mean like going to the Arizona Charlie's all you can eat Langostina bar? Or
Well, no, one was called Nacho Daddy.
Wow.
Strike one.
No. By the way,
Nacho Daddy. I'm not kidding.
New
this
band
show
name.
brought to you by, I'm giving them free advertising just so I can say,
Nacho Daddy.
this segment brought to you by Nacho Daddy. Do you need to rescue a puppy?
It's Cheese Whiz, by the way.
Nacho Daddy.
Nacho Daddy. All the kids want to go
So
there.
a bunch
we always go
of
there.
moms with the dancers going to a
Yes.
place called Nacho
Yes.
Daddy.
And it's just one of those.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Is it like a do-it-yourself nacho bar place?
No, they have all sorts of fabulous types of nachos.
Yeah, like tots.
Carne asada, supreme, whatever you could crab, whatever you want.
Don't you guys though tend to go to like hey, let's go to something sensible.
Yes.
Like I don't know what's sensible. They don't have soup plantation, but it seems sensible because they got salad there, but they also have gravy.
Yeah.
So, but nacho cheese is like, hey, come here, we got Salisbury steak special.
Yeah.
Like
It was like nacho. It was Cheese Whiz. It was liquid cheese on there, and it
Yeah.
was not what I wanted it to be at all.
But what did you expect when you walked in? Did you expect like a piece of
everyone
grilled
raves about
sea
it.
bass?
Everyone raves about this place, but here it was like when we first got there.
Bring Shep up. Hey, Shep.
yeah, that's
Shep,
what I want,
You
Shep
need to be
here.
involved in this conversation. Shep Hyken, of course, Chief Amazement Officer. Shep, if we all go, by the way, when you're coming out,
Majority stock.
I rented the place out. It's
Nacho
called
Daddy, by the way.
Nacho Daddy.
Nacho Mama.
Nacho Mama.
Like it's so when you because you're
it wasn't
discerning.
the food though.
Was it your
more-
idea?
It was the kids' idea. The kids love this place, so everyone wanted to go. But here's the thing: it was
You
one
were
of
this
those
close to going to Chuck E. Cheese. Damn it!
I know, the Vegas version. But it was one of those things where they don't seat you if you're not all there. And when you're coming with
Party of 65.
Yeah.
no, there was only 12 of us. That's not that many. But we were all coming in different cars. Some people were late and they wouldn't seat everyone. It's 114 degrees outside.
What is
Don't
it
make
inside?
us wait
What,
outside.
18 next to the cheese?
No, it was like 45 degrees because everything's so cold inside.
Evan.
But anyway, they don't seat you. Then they, there was just so many little things.
I love the fact that you can't even articulate. You're so pissed still, you can't articulate. Was there different types of cheese? Hey, over here is the white queso from Austin. Then we have the nacho
Where's
cheese.
the Gruyere?
Then we have...
They wouldn't arrange.
You put the gray in
One of
Gruyere.
those things where they would not be flexible with the different, because we had
No
party of-
substitutions.
No substitutions. There was no, we are a party of 11 or maybe 13 instead of 12.
We only
and that
seat
threw
we only,
everything
we,
for a
we only seat 12. So you had like one dad at the bar
Shep right
who
now
was
is-
okay with it.
Shep's going through
I'm
his
just going to
Rolodex.
listen. I don't need
Yeah,
that
no,
stuff
Shep.
in
So
here.
Shep, let's
I
bring
can't
it.
help
So
her.
Shep, look. There,
What
happened
what's
to
your
me.
nacho daddy?
Same thing.
No, but listen, there's a money-making machine here. Let's face it. When you've got kids and you've got either barbecue chicken, pizza, or nachos.
Or hungry.
It's a money-making machine. Do those businesses that seem to be a laydown have as much of a responsibility as the Nordstroms of the world to create the customer service experience?
So they don't need to be Nordstrom, but they need to create the Nordstrom style of service for that particular establishment. I had the same thing happen to me recently. I had my buddies, my hockey team, 12 of us going over to the restaurant. One of us, the car, flat tire, I don't know what, ran out of gas, but he said, I'm going to be there about 20 minutes late. They would not seat us till he showed up. So I said, you know what? Let's just seat it without. And when he gets here, we'll add a chair. They go, we can't do that.
Did you? But then you of course followed it with, "Do you know who I am?"
I did. No, I didn't do it quite like that. I go, but you're the manager, yeah. Do you think that's a very guest-friendly experience? I mean, why would I ever want to come back when you're penalizing me because a guy had car trouble on the way over to
And
meet
he
us?
said, "Let me talk
That's
to my manager."
just the way it is. That's
And
what he said.
Let me talk to my manager, which drives me crazy. This is what I call, Shep, I call it the retail mentality. Why can't we empower people in our businesses, even large businesses? Outback, who serves, by the way, authentic blue and onions, which grow on the side of the road in Melbourne. But honestly, even places like Applebee and Olive Garden and Ace Hardware, why can't those bigger businesses translate to something as simple as, look, I got to talk to my manager. Why not empower? Doesn't it come down to empowering people to make you happy as a customer?
Science. So here's how we do it. We tell them, if you have a question, you don't know what to do, ask the manager. That's the last time you ever have to ask that question. My wife and I showed up at a restaurant at a resort. We ran into two people we knew, and we asked if there was a table for 4. They said they only had tables for 2, but there were 2 right next to each other. So we asked if we could push them together. And she says, let me go ask my manager. It gets better. We went back the next day, and it was the exact same person in the exact same scenario. Do you remember us from yesterday? Can we push the tables together? And she says, let me go back and talk to the manager.
But is it because there's 2 types of people in the world? There's single wides and there's double wides. The double wides own the business. The single wides work for the business. Well, this is my daughter's philosophy, by the way, which tells you a lot about my kids. But isn't it interesting where, like the other day, I was like, okay, I want the avocado toast, no eggs. Let me ask the chef. Okay, wait a second. Like I said, hold on a second. You have to ask the chef not to put the effing egg on. Like, just don't do the egg. Well, I mean, I gotta.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we had more of an entrepreneurial mindset, okay, from the start, not just, I don't want to get in trouble, let me ask my manager, it may be different for customer service. Here's my question. What do we need to know before me and Mary's next customer satisfaction survey? And what don't we want to know? Seriously.
Common sense, unfortunately, is not so common, but do your best to hire people that have it.
Yep. Shep, you can't swing a dead cat in Southern California without hitting an In-N-Out burger. And
I love In-N-Out Burger.
so do I. And they have
And dead cats.
They have
swinging dead cat.
They have their customer service never dips lower than excellence. They're always happy. They're always great to see you.
Well, it depends on the cat.
You can ask for a dead cat on your double-double, and they'll say, no problem. Drive through, here's your total.
Are you eating in your car?
Yeah, how come they are able to capture
I'll
that
tell you why.
and other places
and this
aren't?
is what Shep's going to say. It's because the last impression of the company is always positive in a place like that. Isn't that correct?
Well, I was also going to say they hired me about 15 years ago to talk to all their managers, but that's another story.
Seriously?
Hey.
Seriously.
Dude,
Thank you. Thank you.
It's the Shep Hyken Show, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in a minute. Honestly, Shep, at some point we're going to talk about your books and stuff.
I'm having fun.
Will you please come over to San Diego, bud?
I promise.
You know, the funny part is, Mary, customers are smarter than ever, and you're a pretty smart cookie. Till you break out the Franzia.
I had no
that
clue.
anymore.
No,
For
but
that
honestly,
reason.
but I
have a clue he spoke to
I think that
In-N-Out?
you are benevolent. You want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but it's like at some point it's like,
You got to figure it out.
God damn it, where's my nacho cheese?
Yeah. Then he had to split the check 4 ways, and he wasn't very happy.
Oh God, do you guys do that? Well,
What?
there's
Yeah.
18 of us. Do you women do that? You know, you're
You
horrible.
women.
You're
There's
horrible.
a couple dads
Sorry,
there, too.
you're horrible doctors, and you can't go to
Oh,
dinner
my
right.
God. Who's got the frickin' tomatoes? I can this guy. Jesus.
Not only are you horrible doctors.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
In the words of my mom, the day I was born. Hey, Troy Hazard, TroyHazard.com is one of the most notable keynote speakers in the country. Of course, the famous line, sometimes you have to pay to play, and Russ says, did you say to pay?
Yep.
Combs his hair with a washcloth. He's a handsome man, and he does 50 keynotes a year. Troy Hazard, what's up, brother? Good to talk to you. Yeah.
I'm good, mate.
You know, do you know what I just noticed? Is that you have really handsome eyebrows. Let's face it.
I just trimmed them too.
You do, you know?
You're making fun of my eyebrows.
You can't teach that.
They've been sculpted.
Does the word slicker than snot on a wet doorknob mean anything? Hey, let's talk about, listen, a few months back, you joined a global training business, sales training business, as a chairman of the board called SalesStar.com. I've known you for a long time. You've been a business partner. You've been on TV a long time. He used to host Getting Down to Business here on TV. And you are a junkie for deals. You are a business. I mean, but the deals are always good, and you love to save deals as well. Talk about how the experience started, what you expected, and what actually happened on your next iteration, and how you're kind of treating that with your keynote business.
Yeah, this has been an interesting journey. I was attracted to these guys because they've got a really good process and they're a global business, and it gave me a chance to stretch my legs on the things I'm relatively good at. But the thing I've learned in the last few months of working with them is that 88% of small and medium enterprise do not have a sales process. Their sales process is just sell more stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not good enough anymore. So that's been an interesting journey for me to understand the science behind that strategy and how we all need to change if we're to remind ourselves how to sell.
They say it's easier to keep a customer than to get a new customer, and I think that's probably never more truer than ever right now. When you're talking about sales these days, how important is disruption to the business, or how important is just a closing cycle? I mean, don't you have to be bigger, better, faster, stronger, cheaper to get it done?
Well, I think what's happened in the last couple of years is we've been disrupted, and that's disrupted everyone's mindset, where before the strategy was sell more stuff. And if we sell more stuff, we make more money. If we make more money, everybody's happy. But because those consumer habits have changed and the way people buy things have changed, it's naive of us to think that it's ever going to go back to what it used to be. So our disruptive strategy is to follow that disruption into the future and find a way to anticipate it and get a little bit ahead of it. Understand what your customer needs well before they even think they need it. And if we can get our head around that disruption, then we've got a half a chance. But the key to it is not just coming up and being disruptive, it's to put a process behind that disruption. And that's what I've learned from the SalesStar guys over the last couple of months, which has been fascinating.
Troy, as far as that disruption is concerned, how far back should you be thinking about that as a company to implement it with the future coming up?
Yeah, if you took an arc, I think from maybe 2018 in the run up to the pandemic, where everyone was having a relatively good time, you've got your first set of data. Your second set of data is chaos, and then your third set of data is recovery. And if you find a blend between the three, I think you're in a pretty good space, because that also helps you understand the consumer behavior. It also helps you understand who you should be hiring and for what purpose and what outcome, because sometimes that's got a bit of a shift too in an unusual or a strained economic time.
Hey, talk about devil being in the details here, because I think, as you said, clients have changed. They're smarter, but I think they're more informed. Yeah? No? Maybe?
They are more informed, but I think as a business owner or leader, you've got to be one step ahead of them. And Sully, you've known me for 15 years now. And
seems like a lifetime.
Yeah, it has been. I'm pretty good at playbooks. I mean, I'll go into most sales meetings with a word-by-word, blow-by-blow playbook, and I feel pretty comfortable and confident. I know where I want to take the conversation, how I'm going to control the conversation, and more importantly, control the outcome. But over the last couple of months, I've learned I am way off the pace on that. There is so much more data you can put into a technology dashboard or some sort of a metric format that suits your business, that gives you more detail and helps you create those stronger data-driven decisions, because sales is a data-driven decision. We sometimes just forget that.
Troy, is there the next wheel out there to invent as far as sales are concerned? I mean, you have just everybody trying, like Sully just said, to be the biggest, the fastest, the best, the cheapest. Is there that one that everyone is kind of pivoting to and saying, okay, if we're going to be successful in the next 10 years or so, that's what we've got to concentrate on?
My belief is that we need to anticipate. And if you look back over history, that's always been the case. Apple anticipated the smartphone, anticipated the iPad, anticipated so much technology that we never knew we wanted or needed until we had it. Mm-hmm. And if you look at those sort of companies as examples, that's still a trend. The ability to be able to be one step ahead of your consumer and give them something well before they even think they want it or need it is got to be key. And that overrides price or even quality in some respects, because it's about getting it before anybody else has. And so there's a certain fear of missing out that comes with that in a sales environment that I think sometimes we don't put enough weight on.
How important is coaching? Because let's face it, I mean, we're passing this craft on of sales down from generation to generation as the landscape is changing. Coaching's got to be difficult at this point.
Well, here's what I've also learned in the last couple of months is that it's absolutely key to the whole process, and not just coaching, but also understanding who you're coaching. Have you got the right sales guy talking to the right target? Are they actually having a conversation, or is your salesperson talking at them, not to them? That's point number one. And then point number two, if you've got the right guy talking to the right person, the right target, then we've got to keep reminding them how that conversation should go, because sales guys typically, oh yeah, I'm good, I haven't got to worry about that, I'll be fine, I'll get on with the next sale, when in fact they've got short memories, they're squirrels in that respect. And so we have to keep bringing them back to the table and reminding them that this is the process, here's why it's the process, and here's the data we need from the process to make better decisions moving forward.
Hey Troy, we don't like to call them, what do you call them? You call them fish? We like to call them sheep. Just let you know that. Troy Hazard, of course. Troy Hazard, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. I want to get him back in studio, but I'll tell you what. Could you imagine walking into a sales environment like you could sell ice cubes to Eskimos? Oh, you could sell ketchup to a woman in a white dress.
Stop.
And it's so different now.
Oh yeah. Completely different.
You know why, Greg? Because they can check you. Well, we're the number one radio program right this second. I mean, those pesky facts and all of that accountability gets
second.
That does it for us, Big Biz Show, BigBizShow.com. We'll see you tomorrow.